Hey, Tuna Can here, and in this video, I'll share my tips for getting your first 9s badge in Salmon Run. I've gotten 9s on Sockeye, Hydroplant, Bone Rattle, and well, almost Smokeyard. The tips are broken out by EVP to show when they'll have the biggest impact. So, let's begin. Number 1. Pick a rotation that you like. I recommend avoiding the green random rotations. The short reason is because the random weapons prevent you from learning and perfecting the rotation. Each wave and game are completely different, and some loadouts feel like they're destined for failure. If you wanted to, you could make it to 9s, but it'll just be that much harder. However, if it's a golden rotation, then the odds are pretty good, so go get your badge. Back to picking the right rotation. This is a pretty common tip, but what does it actually mean? Is this the map that you like? Are you okay with the night waves? Are there weapons that you like? And do you know their roles and unique tech? Lastly, is this a good time for you personally? This will tie into some of our other points, but going from EVP 40 to 9s takes a long time, even if you win every game. Number 2, start on time. In order to maximize the amount of time and chances that you have to reach 9s, you'll want to start at the beginning of the rotation. Now, you don't need to queue up on the exact minute, but starting an entire day late can put a lot of stress and pressure on you to play without any breaks. Number 3, get comfortable. The earlier hazard levels are a great time to brush up on your knowledge for that rotation. Use the training room, learn the basic mechanics of the weapons, and get familiar with the map. Number 4, observe your team. As the hazard level rises, your team will need to be more efficient in order to clear. Being aware of your teammates helps you make the best decisions when things start to turn south. So, a couple things to remember. If you see the team needs a special and other players haven't used theirs, go ahead and throw yours out. My thought process is there's no point in saving a special for a wave that might never come. If you see your charger or splatling in their charge phase, protect them from jumps or other bosses so that they can line up their shot. And if you see your teammate has the same pathing as you, go the other way so that you're not doubling up if you don't need to. Number 5, avoid non-peak hours. Playing at less busy times can lead to games with a higher hazard level than expected. Splatoon tries its best to group you with teammates who are around the same EVP, so the average hazard level is consistent as you rank up. However, if there aren't as many players to choose from, higher EVP players get thrown into the mix, and sometimes they can skew the team's average rank, leading to a surprisingly high quota and spawn rates for some players. Ultimately, it means that you have a lower chance to clear the game. Number 6, remember to take breaks. For those who have been climbing, it's important to remember to eat, drink water, and use the restroom. Take some time to rest your body at least once during the climb. Usually my goal is to hit around EVP 600 or 700 on the first day, and then leave the rest for the second day. Number 7, be efficient. This one might sound like a get good or an obvious tip, but the main point is to always be doing something. Clearing bosses or lessers, collecting eggs, and painting are all great things that help your team. Your time is limited, so always remember to revive your down teammates as soon as you can. Lure bosses that are easy, like flip-floppers, scrappers, and mods. Clear armored bosses in their first cycle. Substrafe to quickly collect eggs close to the basket. And look for snatchers, especially towards the end of the wave. Number 8, paint-based bosses are a bigger threat. Fish sticks, drizzlers, and flip-floppers become a much larger threat to your team because they take up a lot of the map. They prevent you from moving quickly, and often lead to baskets getting overrun, or easy downs from lessers and shore bosses. This is not to say that you should ignore the other high priority bosses, like stingers and big shots. But if the floor is in your color, at least you can dodge them. Number 9, the last 30 seconds. Something I've noticed while playing at the higher levels is that almost all of my failed jobs are because we can't meet quota. In the last 30 seconds, if you're still down 10 eggs or more, I think at least 3 players should be within an egg throw of the basket. I know in these final moments, the basket is probably swarmed and the shore bosses feel unbearable. But toughing out the onslaught will give you 2 things. 1, it'll be a lot easier for you to lure bosses to the basket and ensure that you have eggs nearby. I've won a lot of games only because we got lucky and a Moz or a flip-flopper showed up. And 2, you have your teammate support. It'll be easy to revive downed players, collect eggs, and take out bosses, all while keeping the floor painted. If one person wants to go to the shore, I think that's perfectly fine. This isn't a tried and true method, but knowing when to go back at the right time has saved me a lot of games. And number 10, improve your mental stack. This term is often used in the fighting game community, and at a basic level, it refers to how much stuff you can juggle in your head. It explains why you're able to dodge a Quahog's fry pan, but then stand still for a flyfish to get you. Your brain can only keep track of so much, and when it's full, it'll stop. The best way to improve your mental stack is through immersion, so keep playing Salmon Run. At one point, you had to actively think about throwing a bomb into a Maw's mouth. Now it feels like second nature. If right now you're thinking max hazard is just too fast, one day it really won't be. It's important to note that other things can also affect your mental stack. For example, stressors from your personal life can greatly impact your in-game performance. So remember to be kind to yourself and just keep fishing. Tuna out.